Shane Parrish, The Great Mental Models, Volume 2, Physics, Chemistry, and Biology. Embark on a fascinating journey through the realms of physics, chemistry, and biology and discover the powerful concepts that shape our lives and thinking. The Great Mental Models, Volume 2, by Shane Parrish reveals key insights, such as the influence of societal mass on change, the survival and adaptability of useful things, the concept of reciprocity, and the formation of human hierarchies. Dive into this summary to unravel the mysteries behind societal responses to absinthe and lead, the power of catalysts, and the evolution of languages. Learn through engaging examples and inspire the way you think about the world around you.
The power of societal Massachusetts. In the early 1900s, absinthe was campaigned against and banned for its supposed harmful effects, while lead, a toxic metal present in various products, was ignored and still used despite clear evidence of its dangers. This can be explained by the concept of inertia, where substances with high societal mass require more force to change. Lead had been used for a long time and getting rid of it meant changing everything, while absinthe was a lightweight that hadn't been around long and could easily be replaced by other liquors. The lesson is that when it comes to social change, mass matters. Natural selection and the evolution of languages. The principles of natural selection apply not only to the animal world but also to cultural organisms, like language. Latin, for instance, became the lingua franca of the Roman Empire due to its usefulness in trade and governance. However, as the empire fell, Latin retreated to a few niches and was replaced by simpler offshoots like Portuguese and Spanish. The evolution of language mirrors the evolution of species, as useful traits get passed on from generation to generation and less useful ones die out. In the animal world, natural selection favors traits that enable survival, such as speed in the case of zebras. Fast zebras live longer and are more likely to reproduce, passing on their advantageous trait. This tendency towards non-random elimination is also visible in the evolution of language. Latin, which was once the dominant language of Europe due to its usefulness in trade and governance, has retreated to a few niches since the fall of the Roman Empire. Its simpler offshoots like Portuguese and Spanish have taken its place and become more widespread due to their ease of learning and usefulness in everyday life. The evolution of language is a reflection of the process of natural selection, as useful traits get passed on from generation to generation while less useful ones die out. This principle applies not only to the animal world but also to cultural organisms, like language. It teaches us that in order to survive and thrive, we must adapt to changing circumstances and embrace traits that are useful in our environment. Adaptability in evolution and war. The story of the peppered moth is a perfect example of how environmental adaptability is key to evolution. This concept also applies to human history, specifically to the fall of France in World War II. The country's failure to adapt to a changing military landscape and the Germans' adoption of a new strategic approach led to their defeat. The lesson here is clear: the ability to adapt to changing circumstances is crucial in both biological and societal evolution. Catalysts in historical change. A rat carrying fleas infected with a deadly bacteria led to the spread of the Black Death in 14th century Europe, resulting in a significant drop in population. The resulting impact was lower rent, higher wages, and a spike in demand for consumer goods. This led to an economic and cultural rebirth, or the Renaissance. The Black Death acted as a catalyst for these changes. Catalysts, whether chemical or social, accelerate change. The printing press, for example, played a critical role in the spread of information during the Renaissance. The alloys of knowledge. Leonardo da Vinci's pursuit of knowledge was insatiable, and he understood that combining different sources of information results in something greater than the sum of its parts. Knowledge, like bronze or steel, is an alloy. Just as steel is formed by combining iron and carbon, knowledge is made up of multiple parts, including theoretical knowledge, craft knowledge, intuition, and experience. These elements create a powerful alloy that enables us to accomplish more than we could with any individual component alone. Bethune's life and the law of reciprocity. Dr. Norman Bethune was a gifted surgeon who dedicated his life to helping people in need. He opened a free clinic and advocated for universal health care in his native Canada, served in the Canadian Medical Corps during World War I, volunteered as a trauma surgeon in the Spanish Civil War, and founded a hospital and trained doctors to improve the survival rate of Chinese soldiers in China. Sadly, his selflessness and heroism didn't bring him fame or fortune, and he died at the age of 49. However, his life story can be interpreted through the lens of Isaac Newton's third law of motion, the law of reciprocity. While the physical law doesn't have a moral counterpart, research shows that volunteering and selflessness can lead to better mental and physical health, life satisfaction, self-esteem, and happiness, giving people like Norman Bethune a sense of purpose and reciprocating the good feelings that come with it. Hierarchy in society. Just like the pecking order in a chicken coop, human society too has its hierarchy, with leaders at the top and the common people at the bottom. However, humans have the power to pick better leaders. Though hierarchy might be a principle of life, we can choose leaders who listen to innovative ideas rather than forcefully impose their own. Even with the French Revolution, it was difficult to do away with hierarchies completely, and Napoleon created a new regime. The key takeaway is that we need leaders who are not just great competitors for winning power but who also have the ability to listen to others.
In the captivating world of The Great Mental Models, Volume 2, we are reminded that mass plays a crucial role in creating societal change. Useful ideas survive and evolve through natural selection, and adaptability can determine triumph or defeat in a constantly evolving landscape. Shane Parrish invites us to view the world through the lens of physics, chemistry, and biology and teaches us about the significance of knowledge as an alloy, and the power of human choice in determining better leaders. Understanding and embracing these mental models can transform our perspective and enrich our lives in unimaginable ways.